Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. So in today's video, we'll be exploring top 10 Eren Yeager moments in Attack on Titan. Yes, I've watched Attack on Titan and I'm currently rewatching it on this channel because it's been a while. I need to check one or two things to piece things properly together. Now that aside, this was done by Vinny Tube. The link is down in the description below. So please do not forget to like and hit the subscribe button. So with that, let's get into it. Onegaishimasu. Ooh, wow. The legendary moments. Come on, this part.
Wait, so you never saw that coming? You were surprised by the insane amount of character development the protagonist has received?
It
or you're
was
still wondering
massive
about the
and
morals and ethics of
mind-blowing.
Eren Yeager? Either way, as a tribute to the man who nearly massacred half of Libero, I'm bringing
Sorry.
you 10 of the best Eren Yeager moments in the series. There won't be any
Badassery
spoilers
on
in this, as
every
I need
level.
this video to be for everybody. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more anime content like this and help us hit the next milestone for this channel. With that said, bite your fingers. Here
Let's
comes
go.
Eren Yeager's best moments. At number 10, we have Eren's rampage to kill the
Wow,
female
season
Titan after
one.
witnessing the death of the Levi squad.
Goosebumps moments through and through. Almost every step of the way.
The theme of choice is
This
something
show
that runs often
literally
in the
blew my
narrative of
mind.
Attack on Titan. You make the wrong choice, you pay the price. And this time, that price is the deaths of the Levi
And the
squad.
depiction
When
of
Eren arrived, it was too
realistic
late.
dilemma
The boy
is
did his best
just
to
on
comrades.
another level.
This
No
was the
show
very
does it
first
better.
Titan shifter fight we saw in the series, and Eren Yeager gave his best. Each of his punches was an echo of rage. And can we take a moment to appreciate his hatred-filled declaration to tear the female Titan piece by piece? But if Attack on Titan has taught us one lesson, it's that anger doesn't solve every
I'm
problem.
telling you, you
This
need
is
to
quite
be
nice
calm,
because normally when things go
calculated,
down,
and
most
collected.
anime characters switch their rage mode on before smashing their opponents. But things don't work the same way with Annie because you're fighting with
Exactly.
a trained child soldier after all.
I'm
Eren may
telling
have
you.
lost this fight, but we're adding it here because of his
Yeah, Annie was
respect for
really
his
badass
comrades
though, at
and
this
using
point.
his Titan form with little practice to scare the living hell out of the female Titan.
Kai and soundtracks. Come on. Let's go. Gore and total goosebumps moment.
We
Chai!
have Eren's resolve
The
to kill the
ending of
female
season
Titan.
one.
Motivation comes in various forms, but in Attack on Titan, motivation hits you when you spurt out blood, remember your mother's death, and echo
I'm
your
telling
hatred
you.
for the Titans. So things have gone down badly. Annie's revealed to be the female Titan, and she doesn't laugh and shrug it off. She actually laughs and then transforms into a Titan before going on a killing spree. As for Eren, he's left there buried under rocks, and our screaming
The
protagonist
gore.
loses his motivation for
The
the
blood.
first time. That's
The
when
sceneries.
Mikasa comes and gives
The
world
intensity.
is cruel motivational speech. Eren rises, gritting his teeth, and boom,
As
you've got
in,
one angry Titan coming your way. And let's admit he made a damn good entrance by literally punching Annie in the face.
A satisfying blow. Just amazing. God.
Coming up next is the first fight between Eren
BJ,
and Reiner.
BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at its finest, with Attack on Titan. I really loved the choreography of this fight. The
In
sequence
Attack on
was
Titan,
mad
friendships are
insane.
the easiest to make and easiest to break. And that line will hit harder if you're a manga reader. So after the big reveals of Reiner and Bertholdt, Eren once again uses his rage mode to pick a one-on-one duel with the armored Titan. So here we have a Titan shifter trained by the entire Malian military, plus having years of control over his Titan, versus a soldier who barely knew the abilities of his Titan.
telling
As
you.
expected, the first few moments don't go well, but an unlikely ally comes in the form of a flashback. And for the first time in his life,
Come on.
Eren uses his brain.
Look
Yes,
at
ladies
that
and gentlemen,
slow-mo.
it's a truly praiseworthy moment. With a combination of martial arts, Eren overpowers
animation was
Reiner,
so
and
good.
our armored Titan
Hi.
soon learns the lesson of underestimation. So, hats off to Eren for using his brain and making a massive leap in terms of character development. What do you know?
Man,
Even though
this
Eren
guy
wasn't an expert in
carefully
the brains
selected these
department back in the
things.
day, he knows
These
the most
are
badass
actually
way to
spot
do a power
on.
awakening and to reject a love confession. In the second season, we have another Eren gets kidnapped arc where the Survey Corps have to
Eren
once again
gets
sacrifice
kidnapped
a number
arc.
of soldiers just to save him. But this time, Eren doesn't walk away crying and complaining. When his mother's killer appears right in front of him and kills another person that mattered in his life, he's on the verge of giving up. But once again, Mikasa to the rescue, or
Mikasa to the rescue.
confession in this case. The red scarf she holds seems to have more emotional weight than it shows, because Eren, rising up once again, calls in the power of the Founder. Okay, he literally doesn't call it, and it happened by coincidence, but credit for Eren for taking revenge on his mother's killer and showing Reiner
the
and
mystery
Bertolt the power of the
And
coordinate.
the total intensity and confusion in this part was just crazy. One of the best shows ever made, man. This fight was totally mind-blowing.
At number 6, we have the second fight between the female Titan and Eren. So, continuing where I left off at number 9, we have Eren now running berserk inside the city. While
This
chasing
time,
the female
Rage
Titan.
does
It seems
solve
he's
the
now arrived
fighting
at the
problem.
conclusion that Annie should be killed, and there's no going back. Annie, on the other hand, still thinks actively, predicting the attack Titan's moves and attacking back, nearly killing Eren with 3 punches to the head.
What a
But
kick.
here's where the magic happens. Remember how I said Rage doesn't solve every problem?
Well, it
seems
solved this
time
one.
It does. The new Berserk Titan seems to
Ripped
take down
her
Eren without
apart,
any effort at all,
literally.
and not in a pretty way. If you never knew about Attack on Titan and watched this scene for the first time, you'd almost think Annie
God,
is
here
the
and
one
there.
here. Cheers to Eren for showing what his true rage mode can achieve, and let's ignore him for bragging about destroying the entire world, right? I mean, he only took down the female Titan because of his rage and got his ass kicked twice. How can this guy even think of destroying the world?
Soundtrack. And the soundtracks. God, the background songs are just so lovely and very touching.
Things changed a lot when the military realized they have a Titan on their side, but the hype soon died down when the so-called Titan punched his own face and fell down unconscious. Way to make a good first impression, Eren.
Retaking
All
of
jokes and idealistic
trust.
symbols aside, this was one of the moments Eren's Titan actually helped the
The
military
way
step
anime makes
forward in their fight against the Titans. The colossal
certain
Titan once again
scenes that are not
destroyed the wall,
supposed to
and
be
the
too
Titans
hyped
swarming
to be
in.
so
The military was
lovely.
on the collapse.
Imagine just
Sure,
picking
you've got
a rock
flying
and
around
plugging a
killing
hole,
few
and
Titans
how they
here
made
and
it
there,
so
but even he
intense.
can't stop an army of Titans at once. In other words, if Eren wasn't there, then humanity's war against Titans would have ended much sooner. Eren wasn't in his best form back then, but due to his actions, humanity secured their first victory against the Titans and peace was restored. Even though peace lasted only for a couple of days, it did matter a lot.
Come on! Awesomeness, true and truth. Let's hear soundtrack now. The Holy Trinity.
Coming in next, we have
Come
Eren
on.
doing something
This
without
episode,
using his Titan form
this
for the
one,
first time. That's him
The one
taking
before
down
it
the
and next
colossal
one
Titan.
are one of the
Most
best
of the
in
credit here
anime
goes to
history.
Armin, but the one who gave the final blow matters as well. Bertolt seemed to be the silent introvert who always looked up to Reiner, but when the spotlight shines on him, he doesn't forget to nuke a city and almost burn one of the main characters alive. But Armin's actions actually played to Eren's advantage. Appearing from the back, Eren attacked the nape of the Titan and pulls the Titan shifter out. It was a great distraction, but a great distraction
This season blew
always
my
comes
mind
with a much greater
in ways
cost. This
I
time,
could
the
never
cost
have
was Armin.
imagined.
And even though it was a victory for Eren, it was a total loss for him as well. He
The
gained a
strategy,
victory, but also
the
learned a lesson. And this helped to keep
execution,
another massive step in terms of
everything
maturity
was
and character development.
perfect. Eren really
Next up, we have the second
fought
round
with
of
Reiner
Eren and
a
Reiner's
whole
fight
lot
during
of
the
times.
Battle of Shiganshina. In the first 2 seasons, Eren might not have been the smartest guy around, but after the events of the Uprising arc, he relied more on his allies and also thought a lot before doing the punching. This
Exactly.
difference was clearly visible during his second fight with Reiner. Although the first fight involved a lot of screams and curses, This time, Eren actually predicted his opponent's moves before using them against him. He also didn't use any bombastic dialogue and rage quotes during this round of the fight. Clearly, you can see the advantages of using one's brain during the fight. Reiner was soon overpowered, and the Armored Titan was no longer the strongest in the duel. Eren also relied on the power of his friends with the Thunder Spears rather than doing everything on his own. And the moral of the story is, if you use your head,
so much awesomeness, man.
Much easier.
Use your head, life is going to be much easier. The part that blew my brains apart. Gosh, I was not expecting Eren to transform at this point. The atmosphere, the intensity in the conversation was crazy, insane.
Who in their wildest dreams thought Eren could achieve an IQ to combat like YEAGER?
I'm
if someone
telling
says you can't achieve tension by putting two people in a room and letting them talk, then they're clearly wrong.
Spot
Eren
on.
establishes the setting for his transformation perfectly. He tells Falco to bring Reiner, threatens him with one bleeding hand to show the consequences of his transformation, and waits patiently until Tiber declares war so he can actually start counting the victims. Anyone who watched this scene would believe that this is the boy who tried to solve everything by screaming and punching.
I'm telling you, at this point, if Eren just won back his show in this season 4,
calculating
it was crazy,
Needless
man.
to say, this was the scene where we realized Eren is no longer the hero of the story, but the monster the narrative created.
The monster the narrative created indeed, I'm telling
I'll
you.
gladly place my bets and confirm that your reaction when Eren transformed was similar to the reaction of the crowd assembled.
It was shocking. It was shocking to every extent. This one that broke the anime rule of waiting for the enemy to finish transforming before attacking. AOT is a true masterpiece of unprecedented proportion.
With the Warhammer Titan. Well, words fail to explain this fight. Should I start with how Eren provoked the Titan to transform, or should I speak about the climax of the fight, or even how brutal the attack Titan looked after the massacre? If Eren used 60% of his brain during the second round with Reiner,
he used
clearly went
120.
above and beyond in his levels of IQ during his fight with the Warhammer. Even when his head was chopped off and his Titan was on the
He
verge of
didn't
collapse,
seem worried
Eren's
at
expression
all.
was still cold and calculating, as if he was thinking of a way to take down the Titan rather than panicking and resorting to rage. Each of his moves were well thought
The character
out, and he was
development
quick
in
to
this
figure out
show
the mystery
is
behind the
almost
Warhammer
next
Titan.
to none.
The Eren Yeager you see now is way more brutal and calculating than
Almost
the one you saw
all
3
the
seasons
characters
ago. And this,
developed
ladies
in
and
ways
gentlemen,
that
is
is
peak character
pure
development.
realistic.
The
I'm
Eren
telling
Yeager
you.
you see here is the man who would become one of the greatest fictional characters of all time.
Of all time. Kai, you couldn't say it more awesome than that, man. I'm telling you. What a show. What a show. Come on.
The best Eren Yeager moments of all time. That's it for today, anime fans, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hi. What a show. Wow. Now that was spot on, freaking insane. This collection of sceneries were just amazing. ViniTube really did an awesome job putting this together, and the things chosen were perfect. There are no other words to describe it other than it was perfect. Gosh, AOT is a masterpiece that you can hardly find in any era. This is one of a kind. The story is unique. The choices of each character, the dilemma, is so realistic, so relatable, and is so relevant even to this day. I think this show has one of the highest number of ratings of any show. I don't know how many episodes scored 9.9 over 10, or rather above 9.7, just from this show. You can count almost up to 5, if not more. Gosh, Attack on Titan is just a phenomenal show. This compilation was super amazing and very awesome. The soundtracks are divine. The soundtracks are one of the best I have ever had from anything that I have ever laid eyes on in form of a movie or an anime or a series or a cartoon or whatsoever made. There is almost nothing that has as good as soundtracks that were used in Attack on Titan. Wow, this really blew my mind. It was lovely seeing this once more. Gosh, if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, you can join me as I watch it, or you can just check it out yourself. I guarantee you would love it beyond your wildest expectations. Alright? Okay, so that's that for this video. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!